terrorist and the potato.
Hey folks, Tarmac Terrorist and the Poorly Potato PC back here with another video for you. Today is going to be all about Automobilista 2. I've got my punting hat on, but I don't need it today because for those of you that know me, you'll know I'm a punter on the River Cam. And so I'm not doing that today because of bad weather. Work's been called off. So I thought, what can I do with my day? Well, in between my tours on the River Cam, I've been checking my phone and checking Tinternet and finding out that AMS2 have been releasing more updates for Reza Studios have been releasing more updates for Automobilista 2. We are now on version 1.2. In fact, we're actually on version 1.2.1 because they've released a hotfix as well. So what they've done is they've updated the game. There's been AI updates. There's been there's been tire updates. There's been track penalty updates, and they've also released the second bit of paid DLC, which is Silverstone, which looks fantastic, and I love Silverstone. In a controversial move, I haven't bought Silverstone just yet. I know, right? But stick around. Here's the reason. On the boards, on the forums, Race Department, Reza's own forums and other places, I've seen a lot of people saying, why do you keep releasing all of this content? Why don't you fix core aspects of the game? Now, there's stuff ongoing with the game, and they really are replying to people. But, you know, the art department, the coding department, finance department, they probably all move at different speeds. So it's all getting done. And I deliberately haven't bought Silverstone because I want to, people who are saying, you know, we've got enough content, just fix the game or make the game better. So I'm going to jump into Automobilista today and I'm going to try Automobilista out with the new updates and what it already has without getting any new DLC. Because also, I'm seriously thinking about getting the season pass. And there's no point in me buying Silverstone and then paying it for again if I get the season pass. So what I'm going to do is jump into Automobilista in a load of different cars and a load of different tracks and have some fun with it today and see how much fun I can have and if there are any problems and how much it's improved and whether that might help me make the decision whether to buy the season pack or not. If I don't, I will be buying Silverstone anyway though. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. Without further ado, here's a day with Automobilista. So here we are in Automobilista 2 for my day off with Automobilista 2. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, so what I'm going to do, the format is going to be a quick 4-lap race at a bunch of different tracks using a bunch of different cars to check the consistency of the AI, have a look at the track penalty system, and just check general consistency with a bunch of different cars and tracks, because let's face it, Automobilista is quite varied in its content. So we're going to have our difficulty at 85, opponent skill level there. Let's put as many cars on track as possible. Let's have 27, and our aggression is at 60. Okay, and we'll be racing against the same class of vehicle every race. So we're going to keep those the same, even though I'll be faster or slower with different cars. This first one we're going to try. Let's go for a low. We're going to go for a very low power, 115 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, very light Caterham. Very low power, but still very exciting and fun to drive because it's so light, weighing in at 1,366 pounds. I'm quite tail happy. And for a British car, we'll have a British track, Alton Park. Let's go. Now, obviously, I'm going to be faster with some cars than I am with others, naturally. But we'll see how consistent the AI are, and if there's any drastic differences between the way the AI handle the different cars on the different tracks. And also it will sort of show us the consistency of the quality of the tracks and cars as we get to different places. Now with this car, it's a little bit tail happy. I have before lowered the brake bias, lowered the brake pressure in this car because it locks up easy because it's so light. And I've set the brake bias a little bit forward, so it's not too tail happy under braking. And luckily, Automobilista, if you change the settings of the car without saving it, it remembers unless you set them back to default. So that's a nice little thing about the sim. Right, how much fun can we have at Alton Park in a Caterham? And I've got my virtual mirror up there and my HUD showing me my gears and my position. We don't need that at the moment. Let's turn it off, because I can see the mirrors in this car quite well, even on a single screen. I've got my centre mirror there and one of my side mirrors, this one here. And another nice little thing, if you watch the mirrors, they vibrate a little bit with the vibrations of the car as it goes over bumps and bits and pieces. That's just a nice little touch, not essential, but a nice touch. So, got the AI on 85, I should be able to stick with them pretty well. So let's see how they react when we get up into the pack. And if I come off track, you know, we'll see what the penalty system is like. If I have maybe an accident, we might get a good example of what the damage system is like with different cars. I'm not going to try and do that deliberately though. Right, so we've made a position there, but I'm stuck behind this car in front here. What's the guy behind going to do? Is he? He's still kind of there, but no, we're in front of him. Got through all right. That was done nice and cleanly. And I should have noticed we're on our first lap, and the AI, they've come on so far since this game was in early access. Oh, they slowed down a bit too much there. I've just tapped the back end. I think that would have been nothing more than much of a dent. I don't think we picked up any damage. And we've got a challenge from number 99 in the red here already. Look at that. We've got a challenge from the AI, even at 80. Oh, he's come a little bit far to the, I don't know why he came to the outside there. That was a little bit of misbehaviour. So they're not perfect yet, but they're so much better. So much better. The first lap in early access was pretty bad. I mean, there was people who had it before that in beta, you know, saying the AI was, you know, didn't really have a decent race against them. They have really sorted out the first lap though. You don't get that really slow behaviour on the first lap before they start to speed up, and they spread out a lot better. I've seen, you know, 3 wide. Did you see that just there? Another nice little touch, a bit of rubber marble flicked up from the back of that car. That's a nice little thing. There are marbles around the track. I'm talking about track. Oh, hang on. Go down the inside, losing the back end a little bit. Counter steering, we've made it through. He's coming back at us though. Now he's backing off a bit. Good behaviour there from the AI. Yeah, I do mean to do a longer video so I can check out, you know, what the game is like over time. You know, maybe a 10 or 20 lap race. See what happens with the live track technology in this, how the road surface changes as the rubber goes down, maybe add some weather, you know, see how that affects things, and what happens with the tyres over the course of a longer race. But for the moment, we're just going to jump in. We're just jumping in and seeing how much fun you can have with it. Now, there's the question, am I having fun so far? Yes. Yes, I am. Oh, don't want to be braking too hard there. So I'll lose the back end, I know I will. As Jackie Stewart said when he was discussing Monaco, you know, feed the throttle on nice and gently. Come on and off the brake nice and gently. Don't want to be too stabby. But I've stabbed the power there. A little bit of squeal. Can we take Mr. Orange here? Always a fun corner, this one. And we've, he's slowed down a bit. We've got him on the inside. As we come through on our second lap. The
AI is spreading out nicely. There's a manoeuvre going on with a white car up ahead of me there. Is he going for an overtake? He's on the inside. There's a blue car on the outside there. I think he's just taken a position. So there you go. Nice to see the AI, you know, having a little bit of a battle there. You can see a nice little animation of the suspension as the wheel went over the curbs on the inside there. I've just taken another position. He's coming back at me though. He's backed off. The track of the car is all looking great, even though I'm running on low graphic settings because my potato is pretty outdated now. Running on a old GTX 750 Ti 2MB graphics card with only 4MB of RAM on the computer and an old i5 processor, but this game's running alright. I haven't had to lower the graphics settings a hell of a lot from default, taking the resolution down a bit, but if you've got a modern computer, I'm pretty sure you could run this on full defaults and much further than that. The game runs very well. I'm sitting here with 28 cars on track and I've got 80 frames per second. The car drives well. The braking is much better as well. That's another thing that's really improved with AMS. Reza have been continuously working on that, and now you've got much better brakes. In things like say Corsa, there's a real definite point between losing grip, scrubbing it off, and properly locking up. Still feels a little bit more gradual in this, but I kind of like it. You can kind of feel the tyres start to tug before they have a big lockup like that. You hear it. Let's try and get another place. The AI behaving just fine right now, and I'm not noticing any major core flaws with the game here or the racing. Oh, I didn't do that too well. Nearly lost it. Nearly lost it. Oh, the AI's gone quite wide there. He's come back in. We're on the last lap. Hitting 100 miles an hour here. Before we slow down for the tight right-hander. Oh, left that a bit late. Got through though. Finding the AI, at this skill level, finding me reasonably easy to keep up with. If I was, doing a proper race weekend and I wasn't chatting away and totally concentrating, I think I'd be out in front somewhere. So I'm pleased with the challenge the AI are giving, and it's nice to know that at 85, I think this goes up to 120%. So I've got another 35% to go. So I know that the AI will give me a good challenge. I hate it when you get a sim and you get the AI to their highest percentage and you can just beat them. Then it becomes just a hot lap simulator because there's no point in racing the AI anymore if you know they're going to beat them. Or you just end up online all the time. There's nothing wrong with ending up online. It depends on the community of that certain race simulator. This one's still building. Not like AC yet. It seems to have the most popular, at least on the public servers, it seems to have the most popular online fan base. And there we go, we're finished. I don't know if you noticed there, this one thing I don't like. There was a tiny little checkered flag flashed up on the right hand side just below my wing mirror there, and the moment it flashes up it's gone. When you finish the race I wish that would stay there so you've got a good idea that you finished the race. Sometimes I don't even notice, especially if I don't have my HUD on like that, there's nothing, you know. But if I've got the HUD on, it tells me I've got the cool down lamp active. Anyway, so how much fun and how good a race do you have at Alton Park in a Caterham? Loads. I'm happy with that. So let's try something else. Try something a bit different now. Let's go for something maybe a bit faster. A GT type car, maybe something like that. What have we got? Oh, the Jetta. Let's have a look at the Jetta. Let's have one of those. Yes, in blue. Quite a bit weightier, more than double the weight of what we were just driving. Rear-wheel drive soon. 355 horsepower with a 6-speed box. And we're hovering over Imola. Let's go to Imola. The modern version of the track. Love this track. Always have a good time there. Raced it many times in many sims. Use it a lot in Rfactor 2. Beautiful track. And GTR 2 as well. Going back to a great simulator there. I've still got that on my PC. Wouldn't mind doing a video of that at some point soon. Pretty decent loading times for the tracks as well. Reasonably quickly. I don't need to do anything with the setups of this car. How much fun can we have at Imola in a Jetta? Bit of wheel spin. These are groovy looking cars. I love the way they look. Gorgeous things. Those vents flanking the back wheels there just look fantastic. And the AI squirreling about a bit. They slow down a little bit for this corner, as you'd expect on the first lap. But look, they're gone. They're going for it. The whole first lap slowdown, and they've just picked the dust. The whole the first lap slowdown thing is a thing of the past now. Really been sorting out that nicely. They're bunching up quite a bit though here. Now, can we make it down the inside? Yes. The AI move about a lot more as well now, I like that. And another thing I saw in the change notes, they've taken the AI brake... Oh! We overtook, who's that? The orange and grey car, I can't see what number it is. We've overtaken him on the inside, but he's come back on the outside with a challenge. Just see in my mirrors there, we've got an orange car. Now I can't really see my middle mirror because of my single screen, so I am going to put my virtual mirror on there. There we go. Oh, how I wish I had 3 screens. Anyway, we've made a place. Okay. Can we get out of this very tight chicane with some legs on us? There we go, up through the gears, not having to worry about any lifting or heel and toe with this car. Oh, bit of a block there. Down the inside maybe. Careful on the braking, we've taken another place. And we've got through cleanly. He's still on my tail, but he yielded. Now, he looks quite close behind us there, but in the virtual mirror he looks far away. I have noticed that with some cars, the virtual mirror seems to make cars look further away than they actually are. He's not that far away, but in the virtual mirror he is. It's much better in the actual real mirrors of the car. I've not noticed any of that. So that's a bit of a thing. Maybe it's an FOV thing with the mirrors. Talking to the mirrors, by the way, I've got mine set to a reasonably low resolution because of my potato PC being, not quite up to scratch. So you can have them set to a much higher resolution. Anyway, lap 2, and this car feels great. It really does feel good. Whether it's as good as any other sim or not is not the question with this car. I just really enjoy it. I enjoy the feel of driving it. We're in 25th out of 28th place now. Can we go for an overtake as we come down to Aqua Minerale. Down the inside there, nice and cleanly through. He's still there though. He's not giving up the place just like that. He's still there and he's taking it back. The AI, you know, you could have a good race against them when this came out. Now, this is great. This is great. You know, and this is our second car we've tried. The AI have been great. We get through all, you know, we're going to try several different types of cars, very different each one. And, you know, with the consistency of how things are going, I'm thinking the whole season pass might be the thing for me to buy rather than just paying for one track, because it's going to be this consistent over all of the cars and the tracks that it's worth me just getting a lot and saving a little bit of money, you know, with the season pass rather than buying them all individually. I am looking forward to what's coming. I know we've got we've got German cars coming, we've got the BMW, and we've got tracks like Spa coming, you know, Nuremberg. There's some unmentioned tracks as yet as well, and then we're going to have off-road. There's going to be an off-road pack coming, and I think 90s touring cars, and I'm very excited about that. So anyway, we'll see once we get to the end of this video what my decision is. A day off with Automobilista 2. This is great. You know, sod going down the pub or whatever. This is where I want to be. Don't get me wrong, I love my job, but I'm very glad of this day off. Especially if this update's, you know, only just come out this week. I'm late by a day or two. And talking of the updates, it's lovely to see Frieza updating things so quickly, but also they did delay the release of Silverstone and this last update by a couple of days. Well, a few days. They said, you know, that they just need a little bit more time, so a couple of bits to iron out. And although I like to see quick updates, I like to see that too. They're really concentrating on the quality. They're not happy with something, you know. They want it to be a reasonable quality. There's been lots of talk on the forums about how V1, you know, version 1 should be absolutely working in every aspect. There should be no bugs. There's been bugs in every game I've tried, you know, and there's been patches in every PC game I've ever had that come out after the game has been released, you know, as in version 1. But really here, I can't see anything glaring. I know I'm not going massively in depth. This is why I need to do, you know, see what happens when you do a long race. Because in Sims I do find that can be where problems show up. It's like with GTR 2. GTR 2 was great until you went for a really long, say 20, 30, 40 lap race. And what you find was the AI had a problem where they would pick up minor bits of damage along the way, aero damage, that sort of thing, and they wouldn't get them fixed when they pitted. They just picked the tyres and stuff. So gradually, their lap times would start to reduce over the course of the race. And I did find a way of adjusting the files to stop that from happening. And there was a patch release for it. But that was, you know, even that had its problems, but you don't discover them until you start looking pretty deep and spend a lot of time. So today is going to be a decent amount of time for me to see if there's anything glaringly obvious with this, but right now, I'm not seeing it. I'm just having a good time. And we're on our last lap, so I don't know, maybe we'll go something completely different. Maybe we'll go for a front-wheel drive car in our next race. So far, we're not seeing what the penalty system is like. I haven't been driving too badly, but I'm sure it'll happen. Oh, I just give him a slight kiss on the back end there. So, how much fun is the Ginetta at Imola? Well, pretty much as much fun as the catering was at Old Park. That was great. Cool down lap active. But if I've got my hat off, I can't see that, so, you know. Didn't see anyone waving a checkered flag, but then again, I wasn't looking. That's just one little thing. Oh yeah, the sand traps here. I'm going to stop the sand trap. They do slow you down nicely. And people have been complaining about that. Well, they shouldn't do, because sand traps do slow you down in real life. And with simulators, you just want realism, as much realism as possible. You know, that's why I'm interested in things like damage as well. There's been a thread somewhere on our race department, or I think it was on the Rfactor 2 forums about damage, and I think, yeah, bring it on. More realistic damage, more realistic everything. Let's see, yeah, we said front wheel drive, didn't we? Let's go for a class of car rather than just one. So where do we find them? What are we looking for? Might have to try a Formula car at some point. Got stock cars. What am I missing here? There's the Caper Classics. There we go. Right, so we've got a mixture of front wheel drive and rear wheel drive. Let's go for the Copper Classic B. Front wheel drive, 130 horsepower. Not too powerful. Not too weighty, reasonably, and it's front wheel drive, which is the important thing. So where shall we go? Let's try another track. Oh, let's go for a Brazilian track. Let's go to Guapor. Not too long a track, nearly 2 miles. And I know this track reasonably well. I love this track because I've been using it a lot with the little Puma P052s, I think they are. I use that in the Rfactor 2 because, of course, Reza, when they still had Automobilista 1, they released the Reza pack for Rfactor 2. So you've got several of the cars from AMS 1 and several of the tracks in Rfactor 2. It's a great track. I love it. Right, not tried this track at this car at this track. Let's see how we get on. Do we need any virtual mirrors? I think we'll be alright actually. Switching to me stick shift for this one. On me, don't laugh at me, on Logitech Driving Force Pro. I've got a stick shift and paddle shift. This car's stick, so I'm going to use the stick. I'd love to have a lovely DD1 direct drive wheel or something like that, but I've started working now, but I haven't had my first paycheck yet, so so I don't have flash gear. Oh, just touching the back of that car there. Bit of a slowdown around the first corner. There are, you know, these cars, they're the same class, but they will have different capabilities, so that will cause some speed difference. Not a lot of torque in this car. Just go on the inside of the Ginetta GTE. I do love the way Ginetta GTE, sorry, Puma GTE. Love the way those cars look. I think they're on the running gear of old Beetles, so you know they're not amazing handlers, but I do find those fun to drive. But they're not front wheel drive. And the whole point of this video is just to try a bit of variety each track. Now, the AI behaving very well, I think. Oh, bit of a cheeky overtake there. Used, you know, a lot of half the car on the grass. Could have done with lowering the brake presses in this car. Front wheel drive car, making a lot of places there. Cleanly as well. Got a great flow to it, this track, absolutely fantastic. And we're on the outside. Is he gonna give us the room? He has. I've got a warning from the track limits. That's a nice thing, you can edit how many warnings you get before you get a drive through. I've got one warning there. I did go pretty wide, so that's a slap on the wrist. So there we go with it. That's experience track limit. Lift off oversteer is the way to get the back end out on these cars, and they do. These cars are driving, also these front-wheel drive cars are driving much better than they seemed to when I first got hold of the early access version of this game. And again, I'm feeling, you know, consistency of the racing here is good. Oh! Lost braking. But look at that! The AI behaving very well there. They slowed down, they still went for the pass, and they knew it was safe. Very good. I mean, if you choose, say, some of the cars in Rfactor 2, like the GT3s, at a track like Nuremberg, the AI is fantastic. It's really good. And the AI here, they're getting there. They really are getting there. I've only got the aggression set to 6. I thought, you know, a little bit just over default's 50. So, oh, he's having a bit of a wobble there. Got a drag race going on. Number 118 here. Oh, I've got the legs. Just found the gears. We've got what looks like an old Ford Escort there. Not pulled that in the game. Oh. We're on the outside, we're coming round the outside. He's shutting the door though. Nice little bit of defence. Oh, we're on the inside, he's close to us. This is door-to-door action. Proper door-to-door action. Am I having fun yet? Yes, I bloody well am. Loads of fun, this is fantastic. So, you know, got the content that the game's got already without buying new Silverstone, which I've been hearing from seeing other YouTubers' videos, great videos, one particular YouTuber who's tried this out and was saying, tried the new Silverstone out, saying how great it was, but you know, for the people complaining about core content of the game being updated rather than just new DLC, you know, to have a look at the argument from both sides. Core content, some people say, you know, there's enough content for a lifetime already in this game. Yeah, I suppose they're right. But I don't mind the DLC because when you talk about the core content and the problems that it's got should be addressed, Reza are addressing those. And I'm all for new content and, you know, keeping the issues updated. I'm just not seeing any major glaring issues here. You know, I'm sure there are things that I haven't noticed yet, you know. I haven't had the time to spend, you know, all of my time on it. Because of course, you know, I've got my day job and I've got my music events to do as well. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. Would love to be. Just keep subscribing to my channel, please. The more subscriptions I get, the better chance of making a bit of cash out of YouTube, so I can make a living out of it. Then I can go really in depth with these videos, spend a lot more time on them. But it's not about that. This is great. I'm having a great time. We come past another GTE. Where is he? Still? Oh, he's still there. He's still there. And we've taken him. I'm finding these about as on a similar level. The AI seems to be driving them on a similar skill level as they were the Genettas. Race over, there you go. Race over flashed up there, but only for a second and it's gone. I want it to stay there. That's one thing, please, Reza. Right, I really enjoyed that. Have we got a handbrake in this car? Let's find out. No, we haven't. Okay, let's stop there. There we go. That was plenty of fun. So, what's next? Shall we go a little bit historic? Because I've been enjoying the historic stuff. In both this, when I did my Hockenheim video, I really enjoyed this. So let's and I've been doing some classic sort of F1 racing in 1960s racing in Rfactor 2 as well. So let's have a look at one of the new cars that they have released, which is, find them down here. Right, so we've got the Brabham BT26A. Jack Brabham's company, the only man to have won a Grand Prix in his own car. That's his own company. Tried that. Let's try the Lotus Type 49C Cosworth. 450 horsepower, very light, very light. Pretty much a coffin on wheels. A little bit more advanced than some of the earlier 1960s stuff. I don't know if this is, I haven't done any research, so I think this might be between 1960s and 1970s. So yeah, we'll have that in blue. V8 engine. Oh, fantastic. Right, let's find a historic track. Hockenheim I want to use for something else. So, let's have historic 1970s Interlagos. Brilliant. And we're going to be racing in the same class, so there will be those Brabhams on track and two of the generic cars as well that are in the same class. I think that the Lotuses are a bit faster than the Brabhams. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to be starting from the back of the grid as usual. Now these cars, we haven't had too many crashes yet. Hopefully we won't have one in this, but they're a bit more fragile than, you know, say the Coppers. They're moving at higher speed, that's for certain. Let's get out there. Don't need any virtual mirrors, can see me road just fine, and go. All back end going there. All of the cars going a bit uniform there. Front and side, that's the way the track's leaning though. Oh, had a little bit of a squirrel on the braking. This car, it feels great. It feels really good. I had a quick go at it when they released it, but then the little hotfix that they've released, I couldn't see anything in the notes about this car, but it feels even better after the hotfix. Maybe that's just a placebo kind of thing going on. Once again, consistent with everything else we've tried so far. Got a great looking track. Love the fact that we've got these historic. Oh! T-bone rather, should I say. Where is he? Can't see anyone. Still there. Not quite sure what happened there. I may have been it's our first crash that we've had, but we were both moving at a similar speed. There's been no real impact, so I don't think we've done any damage. That kind of makes sense. Down the corner there, got to try and catch up with the pack. Looking in the mirrors, I've just seen him come around the corner, so he's still with us. We'll use the camber at this corner there. I can feel it. I can feel it nicely. And now there's no camber. I can also feel that I've just hit the curb. That's given me a little bit of a problem. Everything kind of happened there as I expected it would, though. Oh, we've got some work to do now. Right, concentrate. We'll get back with the pack. And there they are. There they are. Look at those huge billboards there. raise that camber nicely. And we're not very well set up for this corner at all. That's just down to my driving there. Come on. Hopefully we'll catch up with the pack before we're too far through the second lap. Interesting corners into Lagos. I'm not used to this historic version. Today is the first day I have driven it. I did have a quick practice round it earlier on. Now getting into the afternoon. Had a quick practice around midday. And here we go, we're catching up. Okay. Oh, over revved the engine there because I'm not lifting. Dinesha, this is the gearbox of a car like this. It's going to be heel and toe. There we go. Heel and toe. Two cars pitching there. Heel and toe and lifting for this car. Now, oh, the corner. That first left-hander on the mod track is so tight. This historic track goes all the way around the outside. And look how the cars are spread out there. Try and see if we can get some slipstream, catch up with these guys. Oh, they're slowing down. Bit of flash of exhaust spark there out the back of that car. They sound good. See that one in front struggling around, looked like he was having a look at that car in front for a way through. See the AI sort of squabbling with each other a bit, as well as, you know, battling with each other as well as with me. Rfactor 2 AI, good at that work. We were wheel to wheel with him there. See the water in the lake just down there. And we're around the outside, I didn't want to end up, that's the same curve on the first lap that I had a little bit of a wobble on. I didn't want to put the pad down there. It's really given me a challenge here. I'm not braking well into the corner, I'm braking too late, that's why I'm catching them out, but they're setting themselves up better for the exit from the corner. They've got much more speed. And we're through! He's blocked in by the car in front. He's good at the outside. Can we make it on the inside? Oof, oof. We had the nose. He's given us it. But he's right behind me, the fellow in blue there. Let's drop back a bit. Yeah. Got past cleanly there. Left gap, we went for it. Remember, I've got the AI set to a reasonably low level. You can go much higher than this in terms of aggression and skill. He's still there. He's still there. Being careful. He's still there. And we've got a proper challenge going on. Oh, from number 10 there, very close. To be fair, he did have the nose there. Oh, that was fantastic. Am I having fun yet? Yes, I am. Oh, this is great. Absolutely fantastic. I feel like I could just fire this sim up, jump into any car and any track and not have to worry too much about making massive changes to the difficulty and skill level and aggression of the AI and have pretty consistent racing anywhere. You know, obviously if you're doing a full race weekend with practice, qualifying and braking and the race, you know, and a good long race, you're going you're going to end up being much faster. You're going to end up having to fine-tune them more. But I don't think it feels pretty consistent. I mean, I know some people have said, oh, it's not a GT simulator, it's not a F1 simulator, it's not this, it's not that. You know, it has got a lot of variety. So maybe if, you know, if all you like is GTs, then you're going to go for something like ACC. But it simulates, the physics feel pretty consistent to all of them. They've got decent, really decent physics. I mean, compared to something like Rfactor, there is a slight. I know this is using the old Project Cars 2 engine, and people make comparisons. But it feels a bit, you know. Some people have said it feels a little bit like it's still got a bit of that. Other people have said it's a million miles away. I would say that these cars, I feel a little bit less connected to the road than I do, say, an RF2, and the steering not quite as quick sometimes. But I'm talking not quite. It's definitely very good, very usable, and the nice thing is consistency. And the consistent updating as well. Reza are very consistent in their Oh, I've just touched the back of him. Nearly knocked him off there a little bit. That's another thing in some sims, you know, an AI car knocks into you or you knock into it, nothing happens to them and you go flying off. There's one thing in this sim, they seem to have as much ability to have or lose it as you do. I like that. These cars around this track, absolutely fantastic. I am looking forward when I get it, whether it's, you know, as an individual item or, you know, as in the season pass. I am looking forward to trying the historic version of Silverstone. I miss it. I had it in Rfactor 1. We haven't got it in Rfactor 2. We have got the one with the classic chicane, but not the 1990s. And we've made a pass because we found that make it past the tip, and I'm going for it. Oh, got to lift again, wasting fuel, silly boy. And look at these guys, here you go, he's just gone for the overtake and made it. The guy in front, we're now doing the same thing. Oh, just touching wheels, that's my fault. I let my car drift too wide. Oh, my mirrors. Gotta come back on the track today safely. And look at that, the AI handled that just fine. They handled that just fine. It's a really good example of the player, you know, joining the track and the AI being aware of you. They are so much more aware of you now. That was brilliant. Glad that happened. It's showing things off nicely. Don't seem to have picked up any damage because we just touched tyres really. No real impact. I do like good damage in sims. You know, if everything could be, you know, if the physics of everything, of all the sims could be up on par with things like AC and Rfactor 2 and Automobilista 2, but also have the damage capabilities of something like BeamMG, I'd be over the moon. You would need a very powerful computer though, a very, very powerful computer, but you know, you think about things like Moore's Law and the exponential growth of computing power. How long is it going to be before we could have a decently priced home computer that could handle a program that had everything that this or the ones I've just mentioned has got, and everything that something like BMG has got all in one package? Nearly went into the back of him there. As we come around the last lap, we're in 20th position at 28, and I'm having a great day. You know, this video might end up being quite long because even though I'm doing very short races, I'm really enjoying myself. Really enjoying myself. And I know graphics aren't the be all and end all of a sim, but they do look good. I mean, mainly for me, it's just like they look good and it runs so well. You know, Rfactor 2 is very difficult for me to run on this. I've got a blue flag. Why do they have a blue flag? I don't quite understand that. There we go, all done. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that, folks. Oh, that was fantastic. So that's the Lotus, one of the new cars from the last update. Let's go parking up here. Really enjoying that. Whew. That was great. Oh, no, we don't want to exit the sim. No. Skip cooldown lap, return to main menu. That's what we want to do. Oh, I'm pretty hot now. I might have to open a window here. By the way, is in the background. My brother's playing jazz piano downstairs. He's a fantastic jazz musician. Right, we want something completely different now. Right. No, we don't. We're going to stick with F1 or Formula type cars, but we're going to go into the future. This is another car that's just come out. This is the Gen 1 or G1 version of the V10. We've got 740 horsepower, 7-speed sequential, not a lot of weight, and a V10. So let's take that round a modern track. Let's go to Hockenheimring. We did Hockenheimring as a full review in one of my last videos, and I know the track well, so we should have a decent enough race there. Not that I'm confident I'm going to be brilliant in this car, because these Formula, when they're, you know, these Formula V10s, they take a bit of getting used to. Things happen really quickly, so that'll be another test of the AI. You know, everything's pretty sharp in these. They turn quick, they brake quick, they stop very quick, and they accelerate bloody quickly as well. Let's see how we do. How much fun can we have at Hockenheim? And yeah, again, another completely different car. I don't need any HUD there, because I can see my mirrors quite well. And we are green. A little bit of wheel spin off the line there. Much lighter on the steering wheel than that old historic car was. Round the first corner nice and safely. Problems there when this first track came out with the old AI. No such thing now. And we're close, we're very close there. Nearly touching wheels. And we're hitting 177 miles an hour. 180 plus. Could have got more than that if I was really concentrating. Right, do I dare sneak down the inside there? Maybe, no. This 4 laps is going to be over pretty quickly. These things are fast. Great brakes. Oh, he had the nose. He had every right to close the door there. I love this corner, this is fantastic. Really giving us a challenge there, they're fighting with each other, they're blocking me. This car feels really good. Oh, hit the sausage curb there. Can we make a place? AI are driving these cars really well. Either that or it's just that I'm a bit rubbish in open wheelers. Especially, you know, this kind of era of open wheelers. He's right there, he's right there. Still there in our mirrors. And hard on the brakes. Try not to look up. Completely different style of driving to everything we've just tried. Phenomenally fast. And once again, having a great race. Oh, I seem to be having a few, if you notice, but my computer here is suddenly glitching like crazy. I don't know what's happening there. There might be another process running in the background. I don't think it's this game. Yeah, we've got some major problems here, folks. FPS drops all over the place. Don't know if it's to do with just recording. It seems, I don't want to jinx it, but it seems to have stabilised about up to 88 frames per second. The inside, so making a little bit of looking up there, feel the car sort of moving around. We made another place cleanly through. Okay, it was a little bit of a dive, but it was a safe one. Oh yes! Oh! Didn't give us a lot of room. We were on the outside. He did have the nose, to be fair though. That was a touch. However, we did get a touch. Hell of a lot less of a touch than we'd got on a public server in AC though. And yeah, back end stepping out under down changes there. I don't know what that glitching was, but it seems to have gone away. Now, is he gonna? Yes, he's the rim. We're inside. He's given us the rim. Still there. This is a great challenge. This is fantastic. So far I'm finding racing these cars the most difficult yet. But I'm still pretty consistent. I've just touched his back wheel there. That sound there, that was not the most appropriate sound for that bit of contact, but hey ho, small thing. What have I tried now? I'm trying to front wheel drive. Low power. I'm trying to rear wheel drive lightweight, low power. I've tried a GT car to style colour, Ganesha. Tried a classic F1 car that slides all over the place, and now I'm trying a heavy downforce modern F1 type car. Not that modern, because maybe 1990s, because it's going to be 10. Don't see those anymore. But I've tried all these different cars, and I am having a great time. And oh, I think that's the end of the race. Yes, it is. See, I know I didn't have much indication there at all. It was the end of the race. That is one thing. I keep mentioning that. That was great. I loved it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right. Let's try something that I have not tried ever. Never tried. Okay, let's go for something completely off the wall. I've heard there have been problems with one of the trucks loading, the VW truck. So at the risk of ruining this video, apparently there's a crash to desktop with it. Let's try the trucks. Man, Mercedes VW. There we go. This is the truck that I've heard people having problems with. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that livery. Where on earth are we going to race it? Should we at least try and race somewhere I know, so it's not going to be a complete mess? Brands Hatch. What have we got? So much to choose from here. Absolutely so much to choose from. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go with what I originally thought. Brands Hatch. And we'll go for the Indy circuit. Because I don't know how this is going to go. These trucks are obviously going to be slower. They're a lot slower than the race car we were just driving. So with them being, you know, so much slower, but the track being, well, about half as long, should equal out and we should get a similar time frame of race here. Right, I really have no idea how this is going to work out. I've driven these a few times, so obviously they're completely different to anything else in the game. I don't know how the AI are with these. I've loaded the truck. It's not crashing to desktop. That was one of the problems, so they seem to have fixed that. Why are all those trucks rolling backwards? Let's start. Oh dear, now look at that. They've all slid to the side of the road there. That's a weird thing. So there we go. There's a... Let me hook up the gears, please. There's a bit of a flaw. That's the first... Oh, thank you. It's the first really obvious thing I've seen that looks like a real problem that Reason needs to address. Slow through that right hander there on the first lap, very slow. A bit of contact there. I'm completely out of my comfort zone here. I have to think back to when I used to drive a 7.5 tonner for a marquee company I used to work for. Really want to be braking early. The weight of these things. Maybe that's something with the physics where they're all sliding to the side of the road there at the start. That is the problem. They shouldn't be doing that. The tyres should be keeping them where they are. I might, after I've run this race, just to quickly restart, not do a race, but just see if they are going so wide. Oh, I just realised I can't see much. I mean, these trucks have got windows in the back of them, so they will have maybe a rear view. One, yeah, we do, but I can't see it, so pop in me virtual. Hey, are behaving themselves very well once they get racing, just fine again though. Really not very good at driving these, but good sounds, great sounds. And yeah, we're making some places. Let's see what happens when we go for the overtake. It's giving us a challenge on the outside. I keep forgetting to change up with gears. These gears are so short. Never ever done. Oh, real lock up there. That's my fault completely. Coming out of an F1 car, a V10 F1 car to this is, yeah, it's a bit of a shock to the system. Oh, steering, the weight of the steering's heavy, the weight of them is just phenomenal. tyres are going yellow down there on the right hand side next to me. Gear indicator. A lot of heat in there. I know there are still some graphical glitches with some of the HUD UI, so I don't think they're properly representative of what the tyres are doing, but it's alright, they're not melting on the track, it's driving just fine. Apart from the fact, it's a truck! This is just not built for racing, I've outbraked myself again. Oh, shit! And, oh, we damaged ourselves there. I know we're in a big truck, but yeah, I've damaged my steering, guys. But, look at my position indicator up there. I'm still, 27th out of 28, so where's number 28? What's happened to him? Right, so turning left's alright. Turning left works. It's turning right that seems to be the problem now that I've got my steering up. Yeah, no, turning right's not good. Now, I suppose that was a minor hit for, you know, a truck like this. A minor hit, but it's nice to see that the damage is working. That's the end of the race. I enjoyed that, I really did. It's a challenge, but that's something I've really got to get used to. I maybe should have tried a slower car after the F1 and jumping straight into this. Let's just restart the session, just quickly. Right, now look at that. Can you see those trucks just sliding? So if we start, they're all sliding. They're all sliding to one side. There's a problem there. There's a problem there. Okay, Reza, there you go. That's definitely a bug. Hope you see, if anyone watches this video, make them aware of it. I'll try and make them aware of it. Because I trust that they will, you know, get on top of that. I really do trust it, because I mean they're so active. Not only their updates, but they're talking to people every day on the forums. Right, I'm going to go for, I think, one last thing. I'm going to go for one last thing, because where are we now? This video's well over an hour now. 5 minutes over an hour. Like I said, I'm having so much fun. Sorry. Right, yeah, it's got to be done, hasn't it? I was thinking a V8 or a stock car. Oh, I could just carry on all day with this. I really could. I love those as well. They're brilliant. Let's go for a stock car. One of the new stock cars, the Toyota there. Got rear wheel drive. It's a mid-engine, so the engine's got to be about there somewhere, but the driver sits so far back, he's going to be so close to it. I would have thought they'd be front engine, but I don't know. Like I said, this is not a 450 brake horsepower. That's a lot. Quite heavy. Very heavy. Right. Tracks. Should go for another Brazilian. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. Just seen it. I've got to try Monaco, and it's not going to be this car. I'll come back to it. It's got to be Monaco and a little car, not too fast. Where is it? I did say I loved it. Yeah, the Puma. Let's have the Puma. Azure circuit, Monaco. Right, now this should be a good test of the AI, because I really want Côte d'Azur Monaco for Rfactor 2. I have not. It's one of the only bits of content I have not bought yet, because there are still problems with the AI, even though There's a fella called Top Secret who I've raced with a few times. He's done a new AI pass for this and sorted a lot of this out, but they have still, since it come up, not addressed this. So I will not buy it until there are cars that just can't get around there, like one of the Corvette, I think it's the GTE or GT3, GTE, can't get around there without hitting walls. So let's see how Reza do it. How much fun? Oh, don't need any of that because we've got a good mirror there. How much fun can we have in a Puma round Monaco? And it looks great, doesn't it? Right. Oh, look at this. We've got 4 wide. Blooming 4 wide. I've cut the corner terribly there. Not penalised though. Probably didn't make a place. A few of them did it. Oh, did that car just touch the wall? I see it touch the wall. Around the outside here. Now, I'm quite used to these cars, so I should be able to pick up, even though I've never raced these cars at this track, I should be able to pick up a fair few places. Oh dear! It looks so good. The circuit detail looks so good. They're having a little bit of a bump there, the AI. See what happens when we throw a player in the mix, i.e. me. Right beside them. Oh, that's my fault, sorry. Right. Well, I deliberately went in deep for that corner when I really shouldn't have, and they've got around me just fine. They're nudging each other. Not taking too much paint off on the... No paint off on the walls though yet. Right. Oh, I'm going to screw this up. That's my fault. That is my fault. The car behind me slowed down just enough to manage not to get in the back of me. I said I've never tried these cars around this track. See, slap the back end on the wall. No damage though. How they do this in F1 car? Ah, there's been a problem there. Did that car touch the wall there? Didn't there? They're getting around. They're getting around all right. I don't know how the F1 cars get around here. Really, I don't. Oh no, no, no! Do a bit of cadence braking there because I locked up. This is the kind of track, if you got it in a sim, I do like to get smaller, slower cars around it, because then, you know, it's such a hard track to overtake on. If you've got slower, smaller cars, then it becomes, for me, a better circuit. I think it's not really suited to F1 at all. It's great that they race there though. You know, but I do find that a car such as, you know, one like this is better. Not too much power, rear engine nice and balanced, quite, you know, quite small, not too wide. Whoa, dearie me. And oh, I've done it again. Cadence brake, oh, let him through, that's my fault. No ABS on these, so I'm using the cadence braking when I'm locking up. I'm enjoying my day off so much. Just going to end up being the longest video I've ever made. I don't care. I don't care. It just shows you the depths you can go into, the world that you can go into with some of these sims, you know. I'm an hour and... there's the preamble bit to this video, which was me sitting in my room, but since I've been in the game, it's an hour and 13 minutes, about that now. And I'm having a great time, absolutely great time. And apart from that thing with the trucks, that weird gravity friction issue, they're all sliding to the side of the track, I have noticed no major issues. So what do people, you know, like I said, I wanted to play devil's advocate, have a look at both sides of the story, but as far as I can see, mostly this whole, you know, reason not keeping up with sorting out the core physics, I think they are. They're just bringing out new content as well. And I think for me, it's going to have to be the season pass. I know it's 70 quid, which is a lot of money to outlay all in one go, but it will be cheaper than buying all the different packs all together. And I really do trust Reason to keep the development up, and any problems with the game, they will, I think, make the changes to. They're so on it. Ah, now there you go. They do have a problem with that inside corner there. And that one. Okay, there we go. Like I said, the Rfactor 2 version is the same. I may have to get, I mean, when I say the same, in Rfactor 2 the cars are getting round, but they're just clipping walls. I may have to buy it, even though they haven't updated it, just to see how bad it is. But that's the thing, that track has been out for absolutely ages. They know about the problem, everyone's mentioned it. There's been several updates since, and they've done nothing. Nothing. Even though someone from the community has actually made an effort, they haven't. Oh, crikey, those two are having an argument. Like Frost and Senna, that is. But yeah, if it were Reza with an issue like that, they just, so far they are the most responsive developer I have seen. Their customer service is, as far as I'm concerned, second to none. I mean, of course I could be wrong on that, because, you know, I don't know how quickly Kunos responding to things within the community with ACC. I know that's had a fair few updates, but people seem to be happy there, so I could be wrong. But this is just the experience I've had. Where are we now? 17th. 17th out of 21. Why have we not got 28 cars? Is it the... Oh, the cars got around those two corners all right that time. They didn't clip them every time. Just wondering though if there's a limit to the number of cars on this track, and we've exceeded it with our 28 AI. Oh, close. We've got through just fine. Whoa! Took a bit of a chance there. I love this car, I really do. letting that inside curving really affect the car. We used it a bit too much there. Oh, got a bit of blocking going on here. Whoa! That was good. I like that. And I haven't really got the nose. I can't expect him to go for that. That's not fair. Be cheeky up the inside. I've got the nose, mate. This is mine. This is mine. He's yielded. Oh, I've done a bit of a dive there. That's and look, I did a dive there. And I really could have complicated things for that AI car, and it handled it. Now, will it hit this wall? No! Because we're finished. Once again, I didn't realise we'd actually finished because of oh, I missed my pit stop. Just pulling over here. Yeah, because I just simply can't see a great big checkered flag. That was great. I really enjoyed that. Right, okay. What were we going to do? We were going to do the stock cars. We're going to do the stock cars. This is a great day off. I'm really enjoying myself. If you're still stuck around for this video, if you're still with me, I hope you're enjoying it. Please subscribe, give us a like, or tell us what you thought. Where should we go? Bathurst. Right, Bathurst is a bit epic. So, do you know what? I've got to make this the last one, really. Bathurst is epic. Nearly 4 miles long. And if we're going to get a Bathurst, I'm sorry, folks, but it's got to be the V8 supercars, hasn't it? Really? I mean, really? Yeah. That's what it's going to have to be. For some reason, I always go for the blue ones. I like blue. Select Bathurst. Yeah, let's do it. I can't get enough of this. This is fantastic. Horsepower, 640 horsepower there, and we're coming in at 3,075 pounds. You know, that's much more than 2 Caterhams. Right, okay. Did I just have fun at Monaco? Yes, I did. Am I going to have fun here? Let's find out. Oh, I want to bring myself in a bit there. Get the view a little bit closer. I really don't have to keep like tapping that button to move the seat forward. I just wish I could press it and keep moving forward until I bring my finger off it. I don't need any HUD here because I can see my mirrors just fine. And Bathurst, you know, I've got quite a lot of bloom and killer effects and all that sort of thing turned off. Sun rays and that. So I've got pretty basic graphics running here. It still looks good, but you know, if you've got something with it, maybe a 1080 Ti in it, or you know, even just a 1660 or something like that, you could be running this at such high resolution, much better graphics. Okay, the car feels great. These are so much fun. I've always loved these. I love if anyone remembers the V8 mod for GTR2, it was fantastic. It really was. And also the mod for Rfactor 1, absolutely fantastic. And also the mod for Rfactor 2 is also great. Cockpits aren't fantastic, but the car handles great. And the one thing that we are missing is the Rfactor 2 mod, and especially the GTR2 mod, has such great damage. And then we don't have that damage now in Rfactor 2. And not even in this, unfortunately. No serious racing sim seems to have done damage as well as GTR2 did. You know, I mean, you've got BeamNG, but it's not really a racing sim at the moment. But its capabilities are amazing, and obviously that's got amazing damage. But it's, yeah, everything else that comes with the sim, it hasn't got. So kind of can't really include that in comparison. But how come we had such great damage features, you know, pretty much more realistic damage features in GTR2, and we don't have them now? Well, having said that, I've just remembered one sim I've never actually tried yet, but I've seen the development of, is iRacing, and I'm showing my age here. I've still got my original copy of NASCAR 2003, where it all came from. iRacing, that's got a pretty impressive damage system now on some of the cars. And people are saying, oh, you can't implement a great damage system. It takes away from the physics of the driving, concentrate on that. Well, they're managing to do it. They did it in GTR2, which had pretty good physics at the time. Talking of that, I was on the forums and someone noticed that the new Silverstone that if very, very low cars with very low undertrays hit the serrated curves, which you really should be, you know, are there to deter you from going over them, they will flip up in the air because they catch the bottom of the car. And like GTR2, it's had a similar problem. The underside of the car are completely solid. Nothing can break them, so they physically act like that when you hit them. The whole car flips up in the air. When you hit something from the underneath of the car, we not have it so maybe the front splitter comes off, or you know, the bottom of the car, bits on the bottom of the car don't flip the car hundreds of meters up into the air. And also, one thing that's not in any of the sims really is you can hit these massive sausage curves at ridiculous speeds and nothing happens to your suspension. You don't break suspension if you end up in the air and come down a bit too hard or anything like that. That's something really missing at the moment. Anyway, food for thought. Can we make a pass? We've made a pass, we've got to. Gosh, we're on lap 2, where's the time gone? For such heavy beasts, they do brake reasonably well, these cars. I'm liking the feel. Without comparing to any other sim, am I just enjoying the driving feeling here? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Is it good in its own right? Yes, it is. You know, if you take it for what it is it worth the money? Yes. But, like I say, this isn't a full in-depth review. To be honest, I've never done a full in-depth review, because you know what? There's so much in these sims, to review everything about them properly, you'd have to do weeks of testing. Not just hours, weeks. To go in depth with any of these sims. Talking of hours, I hope the sound is recorded okay. Glitched out or anything. If you're getting crackling on this video, I'm sorry. Like I said, I've got a Patreon account. It'll be in the link under this video. I've got my YouTube account. If you can subscribe, the more traffic I get, the more money I'm likely to earn out of YouTube. I'm not earning yet, but it's a possibility. It will cost you zero. And if you are someone with expendable cash and you just really like these videos and you want to give me a tip, I've got my Patreon account. That would really, you know, if you do, thank you very much. Then we can buy better equipment, you know, with these videos and invest more time as well. I am literally doing these videos when I get a day off, you know, squeezing it into an evening. Sometimes I'm leaving the house, travel 40 miles to get to work, and I'm working, you know, I'll be leaving at 8:30 and I'll be getting home at 10:15, 10:30 at night, so I don't have a lot of time apart from my days off. And this video, even though it's only going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours long, I've already done it once today as a bit of a practice, which took about an hour. Stuff went wrong, so I've had to do it all over again. It takes time to do all of this. So if you can, I'd much appreciate it. If, you know, at least give me a like or something. Or a dislike if you think they're shit. You might think it's rubbish. But I don't, you know, at the moment, I'm having a good day. I'm having a really good day. And I'm trying to drive consistently enough for you. And talking of consistency, once again, the AI, I'm having a great race against them. In another car on another track. Oh, I'm on the brakes there, I left it a bit too late. By the time I do another video, I should think I will have stepped up the skill level a bit of the AI. Maybe have a play with the aggression. Because I'm gradually getting more and more practice in AMS. And yeah, do that long race video, maybe do a race over the course of an hour to see what happens with conditions, track conditions, tyres. You know, I've done nothing really with a proper pit stop yet, so I'm very used to those in, say, Rfactor 2. And also there's the online part of the, you know, people are moaning there's not a lot of people on the servers at the moment. I have noticed things like when you go for a race on a server, there's nothing to tell you how long the race laps are. I think they may have changed that now in the UI, but they've done stuff like added save replay, and then they've made the chat a bit more accessible. But for a long time you couldn't tell how many laps were in the race, so you'd have to actually just goes in that slight touch there. Someone in chat that maybe you knew that you could ask how many laps is in the race, so you knew how much fuel to put in. Oh, we've got a challenge from behind. Oh no, I've lost it. Look at how the AI reacted there. Very well. And I've just noticed we've got 21 cars in this race, so what it did for Courtney is that last race, it must have lowered the AI because there was a track on it. This guy's going slow, what's wrong with him? Is he stricken? Oh no, hang on! We've finished the race! Finished in last. That was fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic. Well, folks, I really could carry on all day going through these tracks. I really could. And cars. I am very much enjoying myself. Have I got it in me to do one more? Just one more. That was pretty epic. Right, yeah, let's do one more. Just one more here, guys. I'm going to go for Yeah, I'm gonna go for one of the P3 cars. Let's go for one of these. Now, in Rfactor 2, I have a lot of fun with these. And with the MCRs as well. I have a lot of fun with those. So I do like these cars. There's so much to try. There's the Sigma there. Right, let's, yeah. What's that? 390 brake horsepower, 365. Honda P3, we'll have that. This is going to be the last one. Let us get, there is a track now. Right, now I'm not sure. I think it's this one, this Brazilian track here. It says it's only 1 mile in length. It is this track. It's got to be this track. I discovered this. I say discovered it. I got online with a bunch of boys from No Assists. And I think we were racing around. And then I think that night, this is before I started working again, I actually ended up and having a great time around this track. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I discovered this track and I love this now. Curvelo. How much fun can I have at this lovely Brazilian track in this prototype car? So I believe we got a sharp right-hander to deal with here. Oh, there's a little bit of jostling going on with the AI there. Got my gears all wrong there, should have changed down. I've made a couple of positions. 19th out of 21. I didn't realise that. It seems that if you, I'm pretty sure I started off this video with about 20 cars selected in AI, but I've gone to Monaco where it's lowered that to 21. It's been 21 ever since. So it seems like if you go to a track which has a bigger grid size, after you've been to a track that has a smaller one, it doesn't put the AI back up to a normal number. You have to go back in and select it yourself. Looks like that anyway. Not sure, could be wrong. But this is my last race and I want to see how much fun I can have. Let's do it. I just, yeah, I tried this track and I didn't know this track before and I fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it. Great corners. Once you get used to it, it's got a great flow to it, but it's a very dynamic flow. You know, you've got these really tight corners, but you can the flow going because they're banked, so you keep a reasonable speed. Look at this competition we're being given by the AI there. He's come up on the inside, number 65. Oh, he came in a little bit close there. He had the nose, but I was there, so, you know. grass there. Shall we, shall we, I'm having fun, but I want to try and get an example of track limits. So shall we try and see, this track's got kind of bigger runoff areas, so we might be able to show that here. So we try and gain an advantage somewhere. Getting my gearing right at all here. Right. No, that's not going to work. Right, how about here? Okay, there we go. Got 27 seconds to give him back that place. I don't have to do a ridiculous slowdown, I'm just going to give him back that place. And I have, and it's gone, there we go. I've had to slow down, but not a stupid, ridiculous slowdown to 21 miles an hour, ridiculous like that. Message that never goes away, it works properly now. The track limits work, or the penalty system is much better, I like that. Back to having fun. Can I get a slipstream? Yeah, but it's too late. Oh! Oh, he's still there. I thought I would have had him there. Right on his tail. So yeah, I mean, my best benchmark sim is Rfactor 2 really, but this game, for you know, for what it is, I love it. This is great. This is fantastic. And even Rfactor 2 doesn't have that penalty system feature. That I really like that feature. You know, give back the place you've taken it at an unfair advantage. I like that. Let's hope they get the online side of this sorted out, because with a penalty system like that, it's good going. I like it. I like this car as well. Oh, you know, it's nice and light. You can feel it. Tyres feel good. Drive it on the edge. Oh. Getting a really good challenge here. Cars feel good. The AI are now good, really good. The penalty system's better. Got myself a place there. Get another one. It runs well. And Reza, guys, you're just doing a fantastic job. It's just getting better and better and better. And thank you so much for Hockenheim. You know. And that's it. You know, I think when I get my first paycheck decision made, I've got to get the season pass. It's just a no-brainer now. If all the packs that come out are as consistently good as this, you know, oh! I took my mind off the driving there. The AI have taken the advantage. That was definite, very definite feeling from just starting to lose it to full-on lock-up. And it spun like a very light car would do as well. You ever seen something like there's a video on the internet of a radical spinning in the wet at Road Atlanta. When they turn, they go around fast. These are kind of that sort of car-ish. But yeah, Reza, I'm looking forward to those 90s touring. I want 90s BTC touring cars. I want 90s BTC touring cars in all sims, and I want better damage in sims as well. And I'm happy to pay for it. It's not this. I just, you know. Oh, this is fantastic. This is just great. I really could keep this up all day long, but I need to get on with a few other things before the day off is over, and I've got a big event to prepare for tomorrow. And we've tried a pretty good variety of cars and track, and I think we've shown that the consistency of the AI across different cars and different tracks, everything I've thrown at them, apart from the trucks, but that's only at the start of the race. I don't know how simple a bug that is to sort out. But that's the only glaringly obvious sort of problem I've seen. I know there are other little things. I know there are other flaws. I know people are going to moan at me, well, this doesn't work and that doesn't work. But I mean, look, I've just jumped in and gone to God knows how many cars and tracks now, and I've had a great race at each one. At least I can say that the penalty system is working out nicely, and the AI are just fantastic. You know, they've come on so well, and we've now finished the race. And yeah, that's another thing I really would like you to sort out. Please make it obvious when the race is over, because it's blatantly over now, but I've only just realised because all the cars have slowed down. Am I being... also it could just be me. Am I not looking at the guy waving the checkered flag on the side of the track? Is there one? I guess there probably is. That and the mirrors, if we could have virtual side mirrors, is cool as well. To give us single screen as our peripheral vision when we've not got that available to us. I'm just carrying on this cool down lap just to see if there's a guy waving a checkered flag. I'm tired arms by now because it's been a while. I've gone straight off the track. What's he holding up there? He's got a camera. So they're all going to go pit. And let's... Oh! There's a few flickering textures there. I don't know if you noticed that. No flag waver. Donuts! By the way, does anyone know if you can get flat tyres in this? You know, punctures. I don't think I've got one just yet. Oh look, I can see a bit of dirt built up on the car there. That's another sort of funny little feature. What's he doing? Everyone else is pitted, I thought, apart from me. What's he doing? Anyway, guys, that has been my day with Automobilista 2. And it's just been fantastic. I have enjoyed myself immensely. Consistent across everything. Thank you, Reason, for the job that you're doing. Sorting out the bugs and everything else. Karen giving us the DLC. I'm going to buy it. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm enjoying it. I've had a very enjoyable time. If you like what I'm doing, folks, please subscribe. Help me support my channel, please. Give us a like. If you didn't like it, tell me why. And I do apologise about the sound if it's been a bit rubbish. As I said, need better equipment, but I hope you enjoyed that. If you stayed to the end, well done. Well, carry on enjoying your Sims. All the best. Take care. See you soon.